Plenty of history between these two already this season. They met in the Super Cup back in August. That went Al-Nassr's way, and then again in the league it finished as a draw at Al Town's home. But the visitors tonight had Al-Nassr's number here in the King's Cup earlier this season, so we really are nicely poised ahead of kick-off tonight. Let's have a bit of a chat about Al-Nassr then, shall we, Clinton? Because clearly the disappointment that they've missed out on another league title. I think 2019 was the last time they had their hands on that trophy. But with that scoreline coming in from Al-Fateh tonight, leading Al Hilal, an unexpected opportunity to make up some ground.
Yeah, they had to bounce back the other night, and they won the game. I covered that game. They were fantastic. Even though they went out to 10 men, they were still brilliant and on the front foot. And it's been disappointing because they expect the hierarchy at Al-Nassr, expect them to be challenging. Al-Ittihad have been fantastic, and now they've just got to try and get into one of them champions.
Back to this golden portion of Riyadh had long already faded for Al-Nassr.
Games to go, and they just got to hope like that Al Hilal drop points, but it doesn't look likely. It looks
between them, Al Qadisiyah and maybe Al Akli as well, in terms of getting that crucial third spot, which will keep continental football around these parts next season. Prospect of Al-Nassr.
15 minutes. I was like, we've only had 5 subs.
You were wondering if you were going to make it to your next work.
That's what I'm trying to say. Busy.
Has been disallowed. So Al Hilal are going to win the game, it seems. Al-Fateh still losing by 3-4. Some drama there tonight. Here's Mane, who created plenty of buzz last week. Now John's around, that's a clever pass, and joining in is Bouchal, who has overcooked that up. Najami. Bouchal high up on the left-hand side for Al-Nassr. This is Mane.
It's on them to up the tempo.
Especially with news that that game between Al-Fateh and Al Hilal is now over. So it has finished finally after 107 minutes. Al-Fateh 3, Al Hilal 4 tonight. And Al Hilal 8 points. So unless Al-Nassr win tonight, that's it. They cannot get to Al Hilal. It's looking unlikely anyway, given the fact that even with an Al-Nassr win, it will be back down to 5 points with 2 games to play.
You can only take care of what you want to do. And after the positive result the other night, you've got to now go on the front foot. They should have came into this game full of confidence.
Certainly no one more confident than this man, Sadio Mane. Intercepted by G.O.A.T. It goes to Atiyah. Have the dynamic players in their team tonight. Here is Sal Ghanam. Mane's going to attack it. Tavia, one of the smallest players on the pitch, reaching it aerially before eventually ending up on the grounds. You know, we're going to have some new teams coming up next season. Neom already confirmed. And then at the start of the week, Al-Najma booked their place in the top flight next season as well. They're from the Al-Qasim province, so the same as Al Town. Brozovic, Mane, trickling away from him.
All of a sudden, a chance came, and he just tucked it away with his weaker right foot and then was outstanding after that.
Mane with the dummy, G.O.A.T fell for it. Mane sending it into the box. Otavio, Yaya, a bit more pace about this from Al-Nassr. Otavio, Mane, Bouchal, corner to the home. I don't know whether there's a slight problem here for Mohamed Mazzari, because he's the one that's sat down and has asked. Nice touch from Mandash. Clean tackle from Mane, according to the Brazilian official. Moving forward with pace is Bouchal. Mane's got to work just to get up with him. Here he is, Mane. It's calmly done by Rivas. Back to Al.
I think because he screams he gets the free kick. Absolutely no chance. That's strong centre forward play. Centre halves will kick centre forward, so he's just used his body, Martinez. No chance because he's
immaculate touch from him. Otavio, Mane to do a lot of effort just to climb up there and reach it in the first place. Sadio Mane.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because Otavio is swinging away, filters through, doesn't it? I think the coaching staff, maybe not so the players are.
Stefano Pioli using the moments to get some instructions over to his players, but he does carry the air of a coach right now who's a bit disgruntled with what he's seen from his team so far tonight. Nice take by Brozovic. Mane. The fast-moving Bouchal, who now has a bit more space and he can't quite exploit it.
That's brilliant. Fullback's getting forward. He's always a threat on that left-hand side, and he's trying to bend it into that far corner. Yeah, it goes well wide, but I don't mind it because he deserves it. He was really fortunate there. He's not a million miles away from finding the top corner there. Good play from Bouchal.
Salahim, Brozovic. Al Hassan's back on the Al-Nassr bench tonight, by the way, so we might be seeing him a little bit later. You sense this is Al Ghanam. Mane! Oh! Well, he had to do absolutely everything to get the power he did behind it.
It's an unbelievable header. He's so unlucky. It hits the post. It's the top of the, yeah, I think it does. It hits the outside of the post or the top of the crossbar. To generate that much power from the cross, yeah, it's the outside of the post. It's a fantastic header. Coaching staff at Pioli. It would have been one hell of.
I haven't really seen a lot of the ball in the last 5 minutes out of town. Al-Nassr make this mini period of dominance count. They've got a free kick for a late challenge on Sadio Mane. I think has felt that.
Oh yeah, he felt that. G.O.A.T was late there. He took everything. He missed the ball and just took everything.
Mane on the free kick. Same player as well. Little warning, I think, for the Brazilian referee.
Yeah, that's probably second or third in the book.
6 seasons in front. Bouchal, Mane, loose touch from him. I know we spoke earlier about the fact that they've been the best team in terms of not conceding goals away from home this season, Al Town, but you've got to give them some credit in all of this as well, I guess. Defensively is how they've set themselves up.
Definitely, yeah, for how bad Al-Nassr have been.
And of that referee instruction have been one too many, and most of them have come from G.O.A.T, but actually, this is a moment in Al-Nassr's season.
It's a huge moment. You can tell by the...
Another short one. And the header is in! Otavio leapt, and didn't he leap well? One of the smallest on the pitch, but with the biggest aerial impacts. And Al-Nassr finally punched through tonight.
Yeah, well, it's probably the smallest player on the pitch. Al Town won't be happy with that, but it's a great...
I'll come away with it as well after all of that. This is Brozovic. Otavio. Sadio Mane. Broken up by Mazzari. And then Mane has been bumped into, and it's into him, which was Sultan Mandash.
Mandash, it's a foul for sure. Mandash fouls Sadio Mane, but up and goes. You've got to do a lot more.
Even Al Town onslaught at the moment, but that's Al Salahim getting it forwards, and Otavio carrying it for Al-Nassr. It was Yaya's delivery, which was intercepted by Matawi. Goes down by Mane.
They're growing, Al Town. They're getting confident, and Martinez
books with those 2 recent wins here. So if they're looking for recent trends, they don't have to dig too deep into the history books. Shao showing nice feet. Mane. Al-Ghanam right where he wants to be, on the front foot, leading the charge for Al-Nassr. It's still Al-Ghanam, and he is overdone. That's what Brozovic has been able to do, and now John Duran retrieving the ball. This is Duran's moment, and in the end, it's Attir's moment.
Oh, it's a great little touch this from Yaya, and Duran's in. You know what he does? Takes his touch away from goal instead of maybe going into goal, and he makes the strike more difficult. But it's a good save, and he strikes it well. When he doesn't, it kind of
winner in stoppage time against Damak last month. Sultan Al-Ghanam, his Brozovic, and this is Sadio Mane, and it's another top save from Attir. Mane tried to give him the eyes, and Attir knew.
You can see here, once he I don't understand why he's trying to beat him on his near post. It's a good save. He's got the whole goal. So if he just bends that into that far corner, he's got the whole goal. I don't think he looks, Sadio. I don't think he looks. He don't look at the goal. And that's the reaction from Pioli, because that's game over. He has to score.
The water bottle went flying. The personal file nearly got chucked against the... Is that going to be a 3-minute period that Al-Nassr are going to rue? It certainly will be if they don't find another goal here.
Right.
Town are preparing changes. We're hearing there's going to be a quadruple to coaches. Nuno Espirito Santo with Al-Ittihad in 2023, and then of course Jorge Jesus last year with Al Hilal. This is a chance, and that's 1-1. Roger Martinez firing in. He's been threatening that in this second half, and now the Colombian has delivered. And there was one Colombian misfiring at the other end of the pitch, but this one seized his moment. And Al Town equalise.
And this is why Pioli was frustrated with the chances that he'd seen from John Duran and Sadio Mane, because if you don't take your chances, you'll get punished. But Martinez has been the best.
Otavio. Al-Ghanam. Mane was waiting, looking for Duran, and slightly find a way through here. In comes the corner, Mane's there! Duran can't force it in.
2 minutes, we've had everything. That's the Sadio Mane one. It's a great touch. It's a great touch.
League this season. They had to win tonight.